All right, I got a question.
Hit me.
Is it okay for Christians to celebrate Halloween?
That is the question. This has been... I've never heard of this discussion, this debate before, up until maybe in the past couple years, just on social media. I've never seen it be an issue around here where we live.
Mm-hmm.
It's people's assumptions about it is that it's a day to worship, maybe not worship, but celebrate Satan, satanic things.
Yeah.
Because of what Halloween has kind of turned into.
Yeah.
From my understanding, my knowledge is that the holiday originated from something else.
Yeah.
And it was All Saints Day, I think was the name. It was the day before Halloween or the day of, something like that. And it just kind of turned into what it is now. I mean, it's the same with Christmas. Christmas is a celebration of the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
And it has turned into Santa Claus and presents and not that all that is inherently bad.
But it's not the real meaning.
It's not the real meaning.
Yeah.
Like you can have fun and celebrate Christmas and do all that stuff as long as you know what the real meaning is for, and you celebrate that and you keep that at the foundation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And I think with Halloween, so growing up, my family, we didn't really celebrate it like much at all. But the thing was, like, we would always have at our church, like growing up, we would have, it's called trunk or treat.
Yeah.
And so like everybody would get their cars and line them up and get in the backs or the back of trucks, and you'd decorate it and you'd give out candy that way. And we walk around. That's how, I mean, we'd still get to go around and get candy.
You remember when we did it?
Yeah.
It was on the back of my truck. We put up the basketball goal.
Yes, I do remember that.
Oh, pulled that one out of the memory bank.
Yeah, that was sweet. But no, and I definitely think that people do take celebrating Halloween way too far. And I think if you're celebrating it, because it's a celebration of like monsters and witches and demons and ghosts, whatever. And I think in that aspect, yeah, that's not very like, it doesn't really align with our beliefs. So I think in that aspect, yes, it's like, why do you want to celebrate that part of it? Mm-hmm. But there's a side of Halloween that's kids dressing up like their favorite character
and going to get candy
and going around to houses and getting candy.
Because that's the way I've always looked at it.
And and I think that's the way I've kind of looked at it, because my parents just kind of did away with all the monsters and ghosts and scary movies, because that's just, there's no point in all that for especially for Christians. So same thing, like it's a lot like anything else. It matters about what your heart is, what your heart is feeling about it, and like what's your attitude towards it. Like, what are your intentions?
Yeah, because you can turn anything into a sin, anything that is not inherently evil,
anything of the world, because not necessarily every single thing in this world is evil and bad, but you can make it that way because like, it's not of God.
It's like asking, is hanging out with your friends a sin? No, but it could be.
Exactly.
If you're cussing and carrying on and
doing things that
you're not supposed to, then that is now a sin. Mm-hmm. Same with Halloween. If you're dressing up how a lot of women unfortunately have been with Halloween recently, very scandalous and revealing, then yes, now it is a sin.
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing that?
Going out and partying to celebrate Halloween. You can have a party and dress up and it be perfectly fine, but then it goes into, what are you doing at that party?
Exactly.
Because anything can be turned into something that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, because a lot of people just use it as an excuse to dress inappropriately and party.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it all depends on what are your intentions and how are you partaking in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, letting your kids dress up like whatever their favorite superhero or whatever, and going around and get candy, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're using it as a reason to celebrate witches and ghosts and stuff, because witchcraft is talked about in the Bible, and it is not a good thing. It's wrong. And so if you're kind of dabbling into that side of it, yeah, I don't think that aligns with Christianity at all. And but if you're using it on the other side of as an excuse to party and drink and do all this other stuff, I also see that as like, no, that's not a Christian thing to do.
Yeah, because you could celebrate Christmas in a wrong way. You could
100%.
turn that into something that is just like Halloween. You're not supposed to be partying and in a bad way. Partying in and of itself, blanket statement, unfortunately, is looked at like you're drinking and drugs and all that kind of stuff. You can party and have a good time.
Yeah, you can have a party that is perfectly fine.
Exactly. But anything can be turned into that in that kind of way. And it really, I guess, just comes down to your conviction about it. If someone they keep hearing, oh, it's fine, like how we've been saying, however you want to look at it, but they just feel convicted to not celebrate, then don't celebrate it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And personally, Halloween for me is just kind of
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not super big into like scary movies and haunted houses or whatever. And if you are, that's fine. But I've just never personally just been into it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all goes back to, if you're a Christian, glorify God in everything you do. So if you're in a situation you think, is this glorifying God?
Then it's probably not.
It's probably not. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's kind of the way to look at it through everything. And honestly, this right here, like we talked about before, this is a filter that you stay in this and you filter the things of the world through this, and you see if it lines up with what this says. Mm-hmm. And there might not be something explicit that says Halloween in here, but I'm telling you, you can apply this to Halloween. You can apply it to anything. And if it comes out on the other side and you see that this don't really line up, then
That's your answer.
Yeah, there's your answer right there. So, the main thing is, if you're a Christian and you're wondering that about Halloween, look in here. Mm-hmm. Look in there for the answers.
Pray about it. Read the Word. Talk to God, and then go from there.
And listen to His answer.
Yeah.
And be willing to obey.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think I don't think Halloween is against Christianity. I mean, there's aspects of it that are. There's aspects of it that aren't. So I think it all depends on what are your intentions. How do you go about partaking in Halloween?
Exactly.
And there's your answer there. Ask yourself, does this glorify God? And then that'll be your answer.
Yep. I think that about wraps it up.
Yep. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Stay ready. Lift heavy.
Yeah.